Hey guys, so in this video, let's talk about what's happening in the Philippine Stock Exchange index and also some select stocks as well. I want to note also right here, very clear in the chart that we're seeing a large red candle that broke out one of the levels of support that we've talked about over the past few days. And also, I want to talk about what's happening from a moving average perspective as well. And I want to talk about some select stocks that have also gone down for today. I just want to note this though from a prevailing theme that over the past few days, we've seen foreigners sell massively still in the Philippine markets. If you're looking at August, we're at August 14, 2023 already. Foreigners sold today, foreigners sold as of last week. For the entire month of August 2023, we only have one day where foreigners started buying, but for all the other trading days of August 2023, majority of them have started to sell. And please do note also, majority of the local institutions right now, they're fully positioned already that the only way for the markets right now to have a chance, have a narrative to hold a certain support level is that there's an infusion of new capital. But if a lot of the local institutions are already positioned and don't have as much firepower as what they had a couple of months back, then we'll have lesser buying opportunities, or you'll have a lesser chance that you would see them either buy as it dips, or you would see them also, there will be a lesser chance for you to see them also buy it higher. So it has to be foreign institutions coming in who would help buy the markets that would actually give it a chance to support, to have a certain level of support, or also have a chance to go up. But right now, we are seeing the opposite. We are seeing it start to break down. So a couple of things, though, that I want to show before we talk about some individual stocks also is that this one, it breaks down from the 6527 support level. It's already below the 20, 50, 100, and 200-day moving averages. And you can see already 3 consecutive red candles, which if you're looking at it from a daily perspective, that's something that's relatively bearish. 3 large red candles, and it broke down from the 6376 support level, and it's now back to the downward trending slope. Now, if the selling would continue, the next possible support level is the 6185 level. And if you'll allow me to also put RSI into the mix, if we're gonna try to add a bit more of analysis into this, you have RSI hitting at least right now oversold levels for the first time in over maybe 6 or 7 weeks as well. One of the biggest losers for today, though, is SM Prime. SM Prime is down 4.29%. Let's look at SMPH for today. It had the largest value turnover, 423. If you look at it also, it's similar to how the PSEI looks. 3 large red candles break down from a level of support. Right now, it's sitting at the 30 peso support level. So if that bounces, and if you notice it here, I'll zoom out a bit also. The last time it went below 30 was somewhere around this area, October 2020. So we have not seen it go below 30 over a 2+ year time span. So this is something very critical to watch out for, because if it bounces, then that would be a very good buying opportunity for SMPH. However, if it does not bounce, then we could possibly see a next support level of around 27.5 or about 28.9 pesos per share. So do remember also, one of the reasons why the PSEI dropped is because SM Prime, SMPH is a very large allocation in the index as well. So it's not that the market was down as a whole, it's just that also you saw SM Prime, SMPH be sold down for the day. Even if you look at ADI, which is a very large contribution also to the index, it's somehow holding its ground here. Its level of support is around 20 somewhere, you can say 29 pesos per share, and it has been holding that particular level as what we've talked about in the previous videos. However, I do believe for this to have some legs upward, it really must stay above 29 so that it does not fall back to this downward trending slope that we have right here. So if you're looking at the index and SM Prime, ALI's currently deviating from the movement of the index. Let's look at its holding company, AC. For AC though, you have this. AC is breaking down from its level of support. I'll try to clean this up also for you guys so that you could see it. You could see it better. Let's remove this. Let's remove this. Let's remove this. One thing is very clear, but right now is that it failed to break out from the 20 and the 100, the 50 and the 100-day moving average. It also broke down from the 20-day moving average as well, and also it is broken down also right now to the six. This is the 605 peso support level. So it's broken down from the 605 support level. Now, if it does not go back to 605, then let's look at the next possible downside for it. But by the way, for RSI, similar to the index as a whole, AC right now is already hitting oversold levels as well. Next possible support for AC is right here. You have it at 575. The last time it revisited 575 was somewhere around July 2022. So this is like a 13-month it's a 13-month difference from the time it revisited that particular support level. Let's look at CNPF. A lot of people have been messaging CNPF. By the way, if you guys have any questions about some stocks that you guys want me to analyze from a technical analysis perspective, I'll do my best to be able to share them also. Just put them down in the comment section down below, and I'll do my best to make videos. I don't get to do it as much as I did before. There's a lot of things that have been changing also in terms of my schedule, but as committed I am committed to give you as much value as possible. I'll still try my best to make videos with the top stocks that you guys have been requesting. For CNPF, it's pretty much still at the resistance area. The resistance is at 26.73, as you can see right here. It's not breaking out from that particular area. So if you see the market as a whole start to go down, it's pretty common also that the narrative would be there would be selling pressure also towards CNPF because the larger cap stocks have had sell downs. But for CNPF, it's still holding at the resistance. So possible retracement for this. If it fails to break out from this particular level, then the possible retracement will be at around the 25 peso mark again. But if it breaks out, then the entire move to 29.32 is still pretty much intact, at least for CNPF. I got some requests also for ASEN. Let's look at ASEN. It will have also preferred shares that will be coming out. Check that out in the previous video that I posted a couple of days ago. But for ASEN, if you look at it right here, it's still pretty much sloping downward. It still hasn't gone out of this large downward trending slope, which at its high at its peak of 12.96, 13 pesos per share, it's way far from where it was already in terms of the highest point. Now, if you'll allow me to zoom in, it's currently consolidating on its lows. Your support right here is around 5 pesos per share. Your resistance right here is around 5.59 or 5.6. So goes to 5. You could actually trade this particular range. It may not be as big. This should be about 10+% for you, 5 to 5.6. But make sure also if the 5 peso range does not hold, to avoid it. And if it bounces off 5, that could be a buy opportunity. Target price would be 5.55 to 5.6 pesos per share. Let's look at Puregold. For Puregold, you have this. If you zoom out, it's still in a downward trending slope as what we talked about in the previous videos. It's still below the 200-day moving average, the 100-day moving average, 50-day moving average, and 20-day moving average. What's interesting though, it's trying to revisit also its long-term support around the 27 peso mark. So let's see if there's more selling pressure if it revisits that once again. Do note that after hitting 54 during the strictest lockdowns, it has been in a very long downtrend. And I do believe that all of this, the only way we see upside for Puregold if it breaks out of this downward trending slope and it breaks past the 36.32 resistance level. Globe released earnings that were not as fruity and not as attractive as what everyone hoped. But if you see right here, it's currently still in the midst of going down of the 1949 resistance level right here. It failed to break this level, and we're seeing downward movements as a whole. Over the short term, though, we're seeing it hold this level, the 1842 mark as a new level of support. If it continuously holds that level, then a possible narrative is it attacks this to 1942. But if it does not hold it, this entire narrative that I've placed here, that could still be its current downside, at least for Globe Telecoms. Let's look at PhilREIT. PhilREIT has been not as attractive from a REIT perspective. If, as you can see right here, after the breakdown of this support level, that's 6.96, it has continued its downward slide. And if you look at it also right here, it has broken down from different ranges over and over and over and over. And this is now its current thin range right here. So if you zoom in, this is where Phil REIT is. However, from a fundamental standpoint, I mentioned this in previous videos, its dividends haven't been attractive also for buyers right now, given that the rentals for them aren't as good as the other REITs that are out there. So please do remember that 90% of the dividends that will be released for REITs are coming from their rental income. If there's not a lot of people renting, it will hit their rental income, and it will also in turn hit dividends as well. I want to look at Metrobank. I've been seeing a lot of questions about Metrobank, and let's try to answer it from a charting perspective. Similar for Metrobank, no, I'll try to clean this a bit for you guys. It's holding on to the 50-day moving average right here. If you'll allow me to zoom out, you have this. Its current resistance still is around the 62 peso mark. However, if you can see it clearly also, it needs to go back to the 200-day moving average for it to have some possible narrative upside right here. So you could peg that 56 or the 56.8 mark for Metrobank as something to watch out for, which is the 200-day mark. If it breaks that, then there's a possibility that it goes to around 60 pesos per share with another upside to around 62. But if it does not, possible narrative retracement for this, it goes back to this line to around 54.5 mark, which is part and parcel of its longer term uptrend. If you notice it also, a lot of the banks that we have right here are currently, if I zoom out, they have been in longer term uptrends as well. By the way, before I continue, if you want to know more about the ticks that I'm talking about, all of this is under the school of thought of technical analysis, support and resistance, long-term uptrends. I've written books about it, which are available in National Bookstore and Shopee. Links are down below. Or if you want to attend the webinar that I have, we have links about it also in the description below, where you could learn technical analysis online wherever you are. It's hours and hours of video streaming where we'll talk about support and resistance, we'll talk about indicators, we'll talk about trend lines, and so much more. So you have the access to be able to review it and to be able to learn from the comforts of your home and wherever you are in the world as well. But if you don't want to read books, you don't want to attend the courses, we also have hundreds of videos here in YouTube, all designed to give you as much value as possible for you to be able to learn from all of this. I want to talk about I want to talk about SEC, which moved up quite a bit. I also want to talk about let's look at PLDT as well. By the way, for MPI, no, it's above 5 pesos per share right now. Primarily because of the tender offer at 5.2. As you can see right now, this is one of the highest price points that it has hit as we draw near to its tender offer date as well, at least for the conclusion of this entire saga for MPI as a whole. So you have that, but I wanted to what did I want to talk about? I forgot what I wanted to talk about. I knew I wanted to talk about Dell, and I wanted to talk about, let's look at GT Capital. GT Capital. So for GT Capital, this is how it looks. It has fallen beyond its uptrend right here, but it's holding the 50-day moving average. So if it holds the 50-day moving average, the current possible narrative, at least for GT Capital, is that it has a chance once again to attack this main trend line. If it doesn't, then this main trend line solidifies itself as a resistance. But as you can see right here, we noted this in a previous video that right here there was a change in direction already, which signified this also, the breakdown here of the trend line, and also the breakdown from the 20-day moving average. One thing to watch out for right now is the 50-day moving average. If it holds its ground, if it doesn't, then you may see it retrace to 504 or 482. But if it bounces off of that, then we'll see if this upward trending line is a strong resistance for it, or if it has a chance to go back to its uptrend. I want to talk about PLDT. PLDT has been, if you notice it, it has been trying to build its own upward trending slope right here. But something happened today that it broke beyond this upward trending short 2-month upward trending counter trend. But it broke past that. It also went below the 100-day moving average. So if sell downs would continue, possible narrative is it goes right here to the 1,208 support level. It's still not in oversold level, so let's see how it goes. But if you want to see it have a chance to challenge the 200-day moving average, it needs to go back from this upward trending slope. So I guess that's it for now. We've covered a bit number of stocks also. If you guys have any other stocks that you guys want me to cover, put them down below. But at the end of the day, no matter how much I talk about it here, please don't buy, sell, or transact just because it's discussed here in my channel. Take the time to learn, build your own conviction, do your own due diligence, because at the end of the day, it's your money, it's your responsibility. No one will work harder for your money more than you. So that's it for now. Alvin Germon. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.